Denny Hamlin just said the quiet part out loud and then had to explain it. One post, one reaction, and suddenly a legal battle inside NASCAR feels personal. Because this isn't just about data anymore, it's about loyalty, money, and where the line gets drawn. Joe Gibbs Racing has filed a federal lawsuit against former crew chief Chris Gabehart. They claim he took sensitive team data worth millions and brought it to Spire Motorsports. Gabehart now works as a top executive at Spire. The team denies using any stolen information. Denny Hamlin reacted publicly strongly on social media, backing his team and criticizing Spire's position. He later admitted the response was immediate and emotional, but stood by the core belief behind it. A judge has already extended a temporary restraining order in the case, and the dispute centers around highly valuable performance data developed over years. This situation didn't come out of nowhere. In modern NASCAR, data is everything. Car setups, tire modeling, simulation tools. This is where races are really won. And according to Joe Gibbs Racing, they invested somewhere between $15 and $20 million building that edge. Now here's where it escalates. They believe that information didn't just walk out the door, was taken, organized, and potentially used somewhere else. At the same time, NASCAR has recently shifted toward giving teams clearer ownership of their technical data. That means this information isn't just competitive, it's commercial. You can protect it, you can license it, and in some cases you can monetize it. So one team believes another gained access without permission. That's not just a racing issue. That's a business dispute with major financial implications. And Denny Hamlin sits right in the middle of it. He drives for Joe Gibbs Racing. He co-owns 23XY Racing, which is tied into the same technical ecosystem. And he has direct relationships across the garage, including people involved in this case. That's why his reaction matters. Let's break down what's really at stake here. This isn't just about whether files were taken. It's about how NASCAR defines competitive integrity in a data-driven era. If what Joe Gibbs Racing claims is accurate, we're talking about thousands of files, detailed setup information, simulation models, and race data built over years. That kind of information can shave tenths off lap times. And in NASCAR, that's the difference between winning and running mid-pack. Now look at it from Hamlin's perspective. If teams can't protect their data, what stops competitors from simply hiring key personnel and absorbing everything they know? That turns the sport into a bidding war, not for talent, but for intellectual property. And that's exactly what Hamlin pushed back on, because if that becomes the norm, the competitive balance shifts away from development and toward acquisition. But here's the other side. People change teams all the time. Knowledge moves with them. That's part of every professional sport. So where's the line? Is it experience or is it documented proprietary data? That distinction is what this case will likely define. There's also risk for everyone involved. For Joe Gibbs Racing, if they can't prove their claims, it weakens their position moving forward. For Spire Motorsports, if the allegations hold up, it could impact credibility, operations, and future hiring. And for the sport, this sets a precedent. How NASCAR handles this will shape how teams protect, share, and value their data going forward. Reactions are already split. Some fans see Hamlin's response as justified. They view it as a driver defending his team and the work behind the scenes. Others think it crossed the line. Too aggressive, too personal, especially with the case still playing out legally. Media voices are more measured. They're focusing on the broader implications, data ownership, competitive fairness, and how this could reshape team dynamics. But one thing is clear, this story isn't going away anytime soon. The case gets resolved with clear boundaries around data ownership. Teams gain stronger protections, and NASCAR establishes a standard that keeps competition fair while allowing talent movement. The dispute drags out, more teams get pulled into similar conflicts, and trust across the garage starts to erode, impacting collaboration, hiring, and competition. So here's the question NASCAR now has to answer. Where do you draw the line between knowledge and ownership? Because once that line is crossed, it's not just about one team anymore. It changes how the entire sport operates. Let me know your take in the comments. And for clear, no-nonsense breakdowns of the biggest stories in motorsports, subscribe to SportsWire USA.